point where you say, hey, we're getting the opportunity to make our mark, put our names on the global scale. So for them, this is a massive, massive matchup. For MIBR, well, this is just another stepping stone for them to get to Osatani.
Yep. So when ISURUS was in the first step of the group stages, it was actually between them and Daytona, and it was a bit neck and neck with there. But the door may have closed for these South American teams to be able to get into it. But there's still a chance. They have to overcome the first task, which is going to be MIBR. That's a tough one. And now 1962, beautiful two-piece after a little bit of a bait, which was mired in mid. They are absolutely dominating him in mid. Hardly any damage is even dealt. Only Myron takes a bit there. So you're going to have cheap head armor for 1962 Max and Reversive. It comes in spades for ISURUS. Yeah,
you were mentioning that little bait setup there, 1962. I started getting a little bit concerned. I'm like, okay, looking at this right now, he's soloed on Cat, as we're going to see the 4 MIBR members pressing upon that part of the map. But because of the bait, it allows 1962 to swing out onto Cat, picks up 2 very easy kills. And from that point on, the rest of the ISURUS members starting to chime in with some kills of their own. They're going to pick up a very clean pistol round.
I mean, that little bait was a half a second window that was opened up. And 1962 was in just the spot to be able to punish that one. MIBR go for a force buy quickly into the second round, and right now they are up a creek without a paddle on the corner and elbow of Catwalk. Couple taps Phelps in. Yeah, Phelps starting things off, but you're still playing from behind at this point. So you've got a ways to go, and these CTs have scopes. Phelps needs to get it done with the Deagle. He does a lot of damage to 1962, but it's not going to be enough. Fallen now has to search for one of those weakened players. Myron has chest armor, so he'll be able to avoid this unless it's to the face. 1962 is the weak player. And he's out in front, but that aim punch was too much for Fallen.
Yep.
And there will be no further casualties for ISURUS.
Yeah, ISURUS doing a great job there towards that Cat hold, a nice little crossfire setup. MIBR actually end up forcing that Molotov on Cat just a little bit. You actually see Fur take quite a bit of damage just before that Molotov gets extinguished. But it was a fairly easy round. Noxe as well as 1962 combining, great crossfire out of them, and ISURUS are going to get their second on the board.
Yep, these are important rounds, because if we're thinking MIBR is going to play like we expect them to play, any round that goes to ISURUS' way is hopefully something that could delay the inevitable. But maybe they prove us wrong. Maybe they make an effort out of this one, but it's not going to happen in this round. It's MIBR that are now going to have a rifle round coming into the fourth where they can at least make an effort.
Yeah, a very clean round out of the CT side means that they're going to pad their wallets quite a bit here. If they do fall in this round, well, they're still going to get themselves another buy going forward. Noxe actually having that CZ, I do imagine he'll be getting dropped possibly. Maybe even picking up an op himself. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and get dropped an op right there. So, MIBR now moving into this round. You're going to see Cold with that SG on his back, Fallen with that AWP that many of us have come to just get used to.
Yeah.
Looking at MIBR right now, they're going to take a little bit of damage moving towards this fast Cat.
Just a bit. That could spell disaster for Taco now that the AUGs can actually tap him out from range. But ISURUS just need to approach this one rifle round at a time. They've got a 3-round lead, and the real resistance is every other round as far as I care with MIBR's economy. So they'll have rifles here, it would be eco in the next. So ISURUS just need to think about taking this one step at a time. Break it down as much as you can, and win your individual fights. That's the way to beat MIBR, is just pick them apart piece by piece, and don't overthink the situation. So ISURUS are now in a position that they could make a pretty good lead start to build.
Yeah, it does look like MIBR will be favoring middle here by the looks of it. We do see a little bit of contact towards Cat, but due to the fact that MIBR are still leaving those players towards the B tunnels here, maybe it's going to be a little bit of an A fake here, down into a mid to B split.
Yeah, they got that Catwalk smoke.
Oh, I think they're going to drop Fur into CT spawn in the mid-B split off of that.
Should, but Reversive is right there. He's standing on top of the boxes. They know that Fur's down in CT, so this is going to be a pretty obvious mid to be hit right now. Fallen is able to pick off the first that was in the window of being Myron. And now Max has a shot go right underneath his arms. Can he get Fallen? He does. That's going to be the bomb that tumbles back down the ramp. Coldzera actually gets picked off as well, so this 2v3, what was 2v4, could actually shape up rather well. The clock, though, still enough time to be able to recover the bomb and get it to the site. Fur is going to try to swing on this player that was down in CT, but he has been taken down. So there was a little bit of hope right there for ISURUS, just being able to get Fallen off that spot and get the bomb to fall. But they couldn't quite extinguish the clock.
Yeah, I love the play from MIBR. They're dropping Fur into spawn, creating that pillar position on the map where he's able to cut out rotations. Then they go for a pretty standard mid to B split off of that. But because they already have Fur and CT spawn, all they really need to worry about in that situation is actually fighting everybody at the B side. After taking down the majority of those players, you see the MIBR team continuing on that wrecking path, able to take down the final members who are coming into CT spawn, and it's going to be the first on the board.
All right, so the pressure's on now. ISURUS were not able to win that first rifle round. And we see this CT hold down here from Fur. He just locks it up.
Such a strong spot.
Yeah, sure there was a little bit of a hiccup up towards the B site, but when you're able to prevent reinforcements from resupplying that B site, it's a matter of time when you have the numbers advantage into B that you'll be able to take that, no problem. So MIBR mark up their first round, and they head into this next one. Both teams very, very fragile with the money.
Phelps taking quite a bit of damage towards long here, but it's going to be coldzera actually forcing this smoke. Actually, the Molotov getting on the edge of this smoke here. Max has an inkling about this, but coldzera able to take him down now. Only one member in that B bomb site. Myron, can he make this one happen as Fallen takes down Reversive, who's trying to rotate over?
Yeah, and they actually back off of this B site. So, well, now they just reinforce into the tunnels. Myron actually gets that kill through the cloud, flame, everything. Difficult angle for him to be able to see, and it was a matter of time before he ends up dying. Late drop from Phelps will knock the remaining ISURUS players down in half, and it's only Noxy. 1v2. He could win this, but with the AWP, it's unlikely. If he wants to take a chance at this, to crack open this B side, I'd rather him be able to pick up one of these rifles that he's got somewhere down behind him at CT. But since he's not moving, I anticipate this to be a save.
Yeah, he's just looking for any overextending tees that would give him an opportunity to come into the round, but because no one on the MIBR side has actually peeked out towards that spawn, towards that middle area, Noxay realizes, hey, it's better for me to just save this weapon. The bomb's already ticking away. I can bring this op into next round and maybe get myself two kills, get a gun recovered. There's more that can happen here if he keeps the op.
So I said that both teams' economies were fragile, and to expand on what you're saying, they still are fragile. So ISURUS have an op and a choice. Do we buy up pistol armor behind that op and at least give that op something to work with, something to stand on? Because an op alone sure might be able to blunt the tip of the spear coming into one of the sites, but it's not a long-lasting defensive weapon. It's not even a weapon that's great on the retakes unless you have somebody out there as a meat shield, some of the weapons, some of the automatic fire. So now they just go cheeky.
What a play.
Vanilla in the round with the op, and they go for a quick boost. So you do have to get a little creative to get something to work. 1962 on top of the angle of Catwalk does considerable damage to coldzera. A pop flash was used on that one as well. And now it's starting to be the chime, the bell that rings that says, okay, sure, you got the opening kill. Maybe you even get a second one.
Yep.
The time is going to be a problem, as now the bomb's planted, and Noxy's the only player that still has something to work with, the kit, the off. Max has got an AK, though. You still got a chance.
Yeah, that Molotov towards Catwalk is going to hold Noxay back a tremendous amount here, as the remaining members on ISURUS moving out towards long. Yeah, it looks like we're going to see yet another save coming out from the CT side. Maybe these guys at long are going to go for it. I do imagine the USP is going to look for a kill, but that's about it.
Yeah, they know they did a ton of damage to Cold somewhere out there, but they can't quite find him in time. But I like that from ISURUS. They got a little boost in mid. They got a little bit of a bait and switch on Catwalk. The bait and switch doesn't develop, but they end up using a pop flash, almost gets the kill on Cold. And, you know, see, HP Colds are there asking. Like, they did so much damage. He has to be somewhere around death.
That boost in mid from Noxay was actually great. I love the creativity in towards getting that entry kill. He's not going to get double boosted. He's going to go ahead and take the high ground towards middle, jump onto his teammate's head, which pretty much gives him a quicker means towards looking up towards middle. Right here, you're going to see it. And then he's going to go ahead and get this first entry kill. It was a great kill out of Noxay. Unfortunately, ISURUS not able to come out with the round.
Well, with those kills, it keeps MIBR within arm's reach. So ISURUS, even though they've lost 3 in a row, are actually in a position to quickly upset the momentum that MIBR have made for themselves. It's just very fragile momentum at that.
Looks like they're going for the triple stack above the smoke. This is a great boost right here.
Peering in.
Cold isn't going to be able to see anything. He actually slides off. The boost actually isn't good enough as the smoke does fade as well. There's not really much for MIBR to do here, as Myron does take down Cold now, And a man advantage going the way of the CTs.
And a well-timed smoke out there as well, so nobody wanted to re-peek that Opper. Instead, they'll just throw a Molotov deep and flush him out of that position, which he had already evacuated and repositioned himself. So the double op right now looking still really good for ISURUS. Big investment on the round, and if it manages to pay off, it would maintain the lead for ISURUS. Otherwise, MIBR would recover it for themselves for the first time. It's an unfortunate bounce.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a flub molly.
Yeah,
I don't think he was expecting it to land there.
I don't even think the map should be designed to have that clip on top of that.
It's immersion, man. It's immersion.
Whichever way a cookie crumbles, they've got smokes onto catwalk right now. Your defense is Noxy, who's at car, but he's actually watching long right now. Flashbangs are coming up and over past him, and he's going to have to fall back from this position. He's been spotted. He can't quite pull the trigger against Fur, who will be traded out, but the A site is forfeit.
Ooh, 1962 on that quick flank. Taco able to take him down, and Phelps takes down Max as well. Flips this into a 1v1 now, reversive the final member on ISURUS to make this one happen.
Oh, Taco just planted the bomb, and Taco at 13 HP has an op. He has one shot. Otherwise, Reversive will take him. He ducks the shot.
Ooh.
Wow, that is just fortunate timing. Now Reversive coming up the ramp of dangerous position, but he does shoulder peek the shot from Taco and recovers. The op at the end of the round defuses the bomb, our hero today. But that was, for a split second, that was a 2v4, suddenly turned 2v1 in favor of MIBR.
Yeah, MIBR getting very aggressive there within that round. You see Phelps towards the spawn, Fur taking that deep long peek. Yeah, he gets traded out, but he also gets the entry that allows MIBR to flood into that site. By the time they get Phelps down towards that elevator box, he's in a great post-plant position. He ends up getting two. Unfortunately, Taco took too much damage to actually close that round off. That's why you saw him with the op. He realized that I'm going to have one shot to close this one out.
Yeah.
Might as well do it with an op.
Okay, so ISURUS stay ahead for the time being. MIBR have bought down into this round. They will have about half the utility that they hoped to in a full buy round, and I think one rifle short. So there's a deagle on Fur. He's still a threat, but it's the bark is worse than the bite, possibly. Double op still for ISURUS. They've bought down. I mean, really, both of these teams have bloodied one another.
Yeah.
This T side from MIBR is not as good as I had hoped to see. It's usually a T-sided map, but MIBR just haven't been able to get away from ISURUS in these rounds. It's been very bloody.
Very slow round coming out from the T side here. Nobody really overextending too much. They're letting Fallen lead this charge, letting his AWP actually impact the field first and foremost here. The remaining members just trying to back him up, throw the flashes that they need for him to get into an advantageous spot. And ISURUS in response are going to be playing a very, very passive hold here. Two members held up in that B bomb site, one member just pinned up in CT spawn, and finally two other members by car as well as Spit in the long A area.
Yeah, so you've got Noxy, who's at car. That's going to be your first point of contact if they were to come onto catwalk, but they've actually turned, and they're going to try a mid to B split, which is what this defense was geared for. But Coldzera just dominates 1962. He was boosted up on the box in the spot to stop that mid to B push. Now Taco comes into the site. He's first. Myron gets the first 2 kills, and Max will be able to swing out right from the fence line position. He was at least a last-ditch effort kind of position, but they never really needed him. He swings out for an easy kill after Myron picks off 2. And now Fallen's looking for a save on 10 seconds on the round. No bomb, no sight, no hope.
Yeah, MIBR were looking for overextensions from the ISURUS side. After ISURUS doesn't give them anything, we're going to see Cold move out towards middle, get that first entry kill. That prompts MIBR off of that kill to move very quickly towards the B bomb site. Unfortunately, Myron set up in the back of the site, able to pick up some very nice frags. Max gets involved as well, and by that time, Fallen decides, you know what, with 10 seconds on the clock, there's not much room I have to work with. Let me just bring this op into next round and see how it plays out for me.
I mean, MIBR probably scratching their heads thinking, well, this shouldn't be this difficult right now. Their rifle rounds that they have won have been painful. They had two that they had 2 survivors, one that they had 3 survivors. That's as good as it's been for them so far. And then that last round was their first weapon saved round at that point. Fur just got legged, and they are, of course, in the same spot that ISURUS was in before with a single op and just a couple pistols behind it.
Yeah, it does look like ISURUS are going to keep one player aggressive towards long as 1962 makes that a little bit of contact. Actually gets dinked, has to fall off here. Phelps keeps a little bit of pressure up, but it does look like MIBR want to head out middle to open up the round.
Fallen's off. Oh, Noxie gets the first one, but that was a sacrificial lamb. Fur was wounded. Fur was just jumping out there to be the aim upsetter, which his job was done.
Yep.
Now it doesn't look like MIBR want to continue that effort. They've backed off the mid. If they had gotten that kill up into the B window, they would have probably swung around the corner and tried for a quicker attack.
Exactly.
But the lack of utility is going to make things hard no matter which way you go.
All right, does look like they're just going to run boost Fallen out into this A bomb site here. Can he get this done? Oh, he slips, and he's taken down.
Hey, Myron with 2 kills of his own. Reversive finds the next one, too. That rattles the bell of Phelps, too, in addition to killing Taco. So I was hoping that we get to see a beauty run boost. Phelps is able to get 1 piece of candy at the end of that round, but he, too, will fall, and ISURUS again are back to a 3-round lead.
Yeah, this is great from the CT side. We spoke about this in the previous BO3 series, Complexity versus Renegades. The fact that when you're sitting on CT side of Dust 2, we all know it's a harder side to actually get rounds on because of the way the T's can pick up the pace, the way the T's can cut off rotations, the way the sights are held as well on Dust 2, make it very hard for the CTs to get anything going. But with ISURUS at 6 rounds now, they got to be happy. This is exactly the mark you want to be at on your CT side, and Noxie right now is going to keep it going with a great kill onto Phelps to turn it into a 5-on-4.
You had another sacrificial lamb there, but it was actually Fallen that didn't have the weapons to work with. So he will pick up the rifle from Phelps and continue the effort ahead. But man, MIBR have been stumped on every which way they've decided to attack. Noxie, he's going to trust that that pit's clear, I think. And the problem is Taco is in it. So if Taco peeks on that wide side, he's should be able to get an easy 1-tap at range, depending on which angle he chooses. There's the first couple shots there over the bow, and a warning shots from Taco. He can't convert on the first. He misses the easy ones. Grenade will come in and finish the job. So 1 op has been removed from the battle. Fallen finds the next kill. So you've got actually a lurk out here from coldzera. It looked to me like MIBR was actually going to back off of this site, but now that they've caught the rotation and they got a couple kills on the A site, it's really pick your poison. MIBR has all the time in the world to make this choice.
Yeah, coldzera actually falls off middle as well here just to give himself a little bit more protection, only watching Catwalk. But you know what? Myron has no idea that coldzera's fallen off. He's not going to take the chance of going through this smoke. He is making quite a bit of noise, though, so Cold knows somebody's in spawn at this point. Might even be able to pick up yet another frag.
Okay, it's been 3 rounds apiece for either team in streaks. So is it MIBR's time to turn the heat up? 2 ops will be saved for ISURUS. MIBR would be unwise to challenge this hunt. Sure, he's got the information. You had Cold that was in mid, and you heard 1 player in CT. But it's both teams still weakened by how brutal this battle has been back and forth. So, I mean, ISURUS just want to keep what they have going for themselves. Double op's not even pretty for a retake anyway. So sit still and roll the dice in the next round.
Okay, so MIBR picking up a much-needed 4th round after we see ISURUS essentially winning 3 in a row off of MIBR's 3 in a row. Well, MIBR is going to break that chain once again, get themselves a 4th on the board here with a great little development towards that mid to B split. Well, essentially going out long first and allowing Cold to mid to B split for them, and then bringing the bomb back across.
With getting kills on both ends of the field, getting kills on A with Fallen's rifle, and then getting kills on the lurk out there, catching the rotations from Cold. Really, MIBR couldn't choose poorly. They could have gone B, they could have gone A, and they would have been arguably. I think the correct call would have been anyways. I think they would have won both fights.
Well, we still saw ISURUS members towards that A bomb site, right? So anything could have happened if they went towards A, but because Cold was able to cut off that mid to B rotation, they assumed that, hey, at most there's probably 1 more person in that B bomb site. They basically split the difference, and of course it pays off in dividends for MIBR, but ISURUS still in the lead here, Dallas. Still a 6-4 scoreline.
Yeah, and really, ISURUS, if the pattern continues of this 3-for-3 back and forth, ISURUS need to withstand the storm a bit. Their money is shattered. They've got 2,800 on Myron right now. It looks like he's got the op that was dropped to him or saved from the previous round. So this double op is still in play. It is still as dangerous as it could ever be. And they've got those ops split. Noxie's over towards A. Myron is at the B site, actually right up to the front door of this B tunnel.
Very aggressive from MIBR off the bat here, looking to just pick up an easy frag and fall off. He's actually going to aggress on the edge of this Molotov, so keep on poking, keep on prodding in towards this B bomb site. Taco, however, is going to be falling off, moving towards lower B. This is going to give the opportunity to MIBR to actually clear out the majority of those upper B tunnels if he so chooses.
Yeah, he just keeps advancing one step at a time, and depending on timing, whenever he pokes out here, that information could be a little bit late or it could be just in time, because MIBR have left the tunnels. They're starting to stack up towards long A at the doors, way back towards T-spawn still, but as well on catwalk.
Okay, MIBR, who, like you just mentioned, have started taking towards catwalk. Actually, Fur has beat Noxe, so Noxe has no idea that Fur's here. This could be a very easy kill for Fur in this situation.
1962 is working with Reversive. Reversive actually backs off to help Noxe, who's got the first 2 kills. The bomb is still up there on the catwalk. It is picked up by coldzera, and he's starting to swing around the corner. He needs some assistance. Phelps is in there. Nice shots from coldzera. Double dink headshot. Fallen's here to catch the rotation. He has the first. He has the second as well. And it's 1962 1v3, and they know exactly where he is. coldzera, another headshot for him. 3K on the round. They pop open that A site.
2 great things happen within that round. Fallen's lurk on catwalk, keeping his head down, holding a very unorthodox spot there, essentially banking on the fact that they weren't going to be coming up the ramp and that they were going to go straight for that Xbox in middle to jump up. Fallen's able to pick up 2 very nice kills. At the same time, coldzera, here are these SG kills that he gets running out of that catwalk area. Some phenomenal shooting out of him, and this is the second one, just absolutely dismantling.
I mean, it really looked like Noxe had stopped them, but MIBR just said, you know what, he's probably not going to hit a third shot, right? And coldzera, the man of the hour, who, whenever you need him to be in a clutch spot, manages to do that. And this should be an easier round for MIBR. Fur is getting pressured out here behind the blue bin. He's been knocked down in the lower 20s. And this grenade, does it... I think it actually just sails over the top.
Yeah, it was a little too high.
Max is starting to evacuate that spot anyway, but fast moving is Reversive. He just flies through the smoke, lands in behind Fur, and will recover an AK on the round. So, you know, it's not too shabby. You started it off with 2 kills, and you had the potential to pick up a couple more, but Reversive's rifle has since been dropped.
Yeah, this will be a pretty cut and dry round for MIBR from this point. Noxe, the final member, he actually gets spotted out by Fallen. So this round should be coming to a close momentarily.
It's got to be annoying for Fallen. I mean, but Fallen is annoying to ISURUS right now. Whenever that A plant is there and they strike into the A side, if Fallen doesn't have an op, he's chilling with an AK in mid to catch the rotation.
Okay, MIBR have tied this one up 6-all. I'm interested to see what ISURUS do to change up the pace here now. MIBR picking up the last 3 rounds in a row here. The CT's really not having a response for it, so this double op setup coming into play now. Well, it's been there for quite a while on MIBR and Noxe, but coming back into play now, I'd like to see them get maybe aggressive towards that middle area, maybe towards long, try and find themselves an early frag.
Looks like a B site hit soon enough. Oh, good grenade coming in. Fur and Phelps knocked into 70s and 80s. That's going to be nice for the Augs to see. Looks like MIBR took a little bit of chip damage out in towards mid. coldzera pressuring those mid doors, and right now they probably have heard something in the B tunnels and are recognizing it's going to be a mid to B split. Flashes are coming in. The Augs start to chime off. MIBR gets that first kill. He's actually turned back and gets himself one, looking for a little bit more. Fallen is actually fighting for the wrong side. It's a 3v2, and the defense is still holding strong, getting the kills on coldzera, who was rotating into mid, a bit aggressive. Fallen, who's been playing that role, has been playing a bit more passive. Now you've got a 2v2 retake beginning. One player Fallen all the way into the tunnels, so it's really Phelps up front.
Yeah, Phelps now re-smoking that door's entrance here. It's going to make it that much harder for ISURUS to move on into the site. Phelps picking up the first one onto 1962, leaving only Reversive, and he's going to tap out.
MIBR have finally broken the pattern. They get 4 rounds in a row. So that is something that hasn't happened yet so far, but really it's ISURUS' first half already. They get that one more round. They end up on 7.5 for their CT side. More power to them. That's actually fantastic from them so far. So this is a great pace from ISURUS, no matter how you look at it, especially against a team that eclipses their caliber, I would say, of MIBR.
Yeah, they're definitely showing that, you know, they can hang in the server. This isn't going to be as lopsided as we all thought it was going to be. MIBR now, yeah, they're in the driver's seat as we move towards the end of this first half, but like you just said, if ISURUS are able to get a 7th on the board, it's just icing on the cake from that point on.
Yeah, that round, it could have ended up getting a little bit messy because Fallen got a TK on the entry coming in. So it was 2v2, and if really it was 2v1 up towards that site because you had Fallen that was lurking in the backside of the tunnels to hold that defensive posture. So, I mean, it's a risky situation or a risky play, but ISURUS could not quite get past Phelps. So now you sit on a spot where it's an obvious save for the remaining players. You are able to save one creek from the previous round, but nobody will be buying into this round. They'll save what they got for the absolute last.
Yeah. Let's see what Reversive can do with this weapon. They're actually going to go for the boost above that smoke. Reversive not able to see anything, but Fallen did spot him, I do believe, as Taco does take down Noxe as well as MIBR, and Colzera chiming in onto 1962. MIBR finishing this round very quickly here, leaving it into a 5-on-2 for Max and Reversive.
Yeah, Reversive trying to get boosted up into the site with the only rifle that they've had in this round. I think there was a little bit of a grenade stack to start the round off. Nice shot from Reversive, and there's a second one as well. A little bit of bait and switch. Max was showing himself down onto the top of the elevator, and he has since been picked off. So 1v3 now, and it is audibly heard, the rotation from Reversive. Phelps is here ready and waiting for Reversive to jump to the high ground. Oh, awkward. Pulls his knife out just as Phelps' dome creeps up over the top. MIBR at 8. They've at least secured the half, and we might end up on a fairly vanilla half if MIBR continue this effort.
I like the idea from Reversive there. He realizes that, hey, I just picked up 2 frags from top A. Let me reset my positioning. Unfortunately, for the reset of the positioning, he needed Phelps not to be so close to him on that catwalk. Phelps able to hear every single step of the play that Reversive was making, able to just take him down fairly easily, and the auto sniper actually coming out on Taco.
Yeah, I think Myron just caught 2 shots from that, so he's knocked down to 7 HP. The auto sniper's been thrown overboard, I guess, so it wouldn't be used from ISURUS, but ISURUS isn't a team that is pushed anywhere beyond their defensive default positions. They're not a team that's going to end up in T-spawn anyways. So MIBR are just burning the money and burning the candle at both ends. So far, winning 5 rounds in a row, which they desperately wanted to continue because ISURUS had gotten everything done so quickly.
1962 is pushed very aggressively on these doors. Better hope that Phelps doesn't decide that he just wants to punch a couple bullets into the middle of it as Noxe gets taken down towards Catwalk. We're going to see MIBR react very quickly and spread out into that A bomb site.
Well, with 1962's position, he's not rounding the corner. He's still watching long. So ISURUS are intentionally playing retake strategy right now, but they're postured right at the front gate. It looks like down through CT, they've lost their first player down there, and things are going to get a little bit more difficult and more so, because the bomb is on its way. It'll be delivered by Taco, probably planted for Catwalk. So now as your T's start to leave players behind on Catwalk, the push up and in is starting to look a little bit flatlined. Fur doesn't spot that Myron is directly beneath him, but it shouldn't. Nobody is standing out and making an outstanding performance. Well, to be repetitive, but MIBR, a little bit of struggle against ISURUS.
Yeah, they definitely started off fairly slow, Dallas, but towards the end of the first half, they took control back, and they started being that dominant Brazilian lineup that we've all known and come to love.
It's really the rifle rounds that have been trouble for ISURUS. MIBR dominated those. I think ISURUS actually, excluding the first 3 rounds, had that pistol +2. They had only won 2 rifle rounds in total. ISURUS did, so it's been kind of tough for them. So they need again another little handicap in this pistol round to get ahead of the curve.
Okay, right now this is a good opportunity for them to do it. Favoring this A bomb site, we're going to see the MIBR players, majority of them isolated, playing scattered. We will see contact being made by Phelps, but Fallen is going to be able to pick up some frags here.
Shark hunting, got the first, and it's a suppressed weapon. They're struggling to find out where it's coming from. He's got aim punched, and he ducks down. This is actually awesome. He's alive at 6 HP, and he's going to be a problem. They have to deal with him right now, and they do. Great shot from Noxe, as he's got an additional player heading this direction. 2v2 right now. Great shot again from Noxe, leaving Fur
Look at this audible.
Yeah, what an audible with that.
Moving the bomb over to the B bomb site now. Fur left in A, wondering where these T's are going. I do imagine a call was made by his teammate, so he does know that they are moving on to that B bomb site. But is Fur going to be able to close this one out? A little bit of contact made, so Fur's spot has been given away, but he does have a kit, as well as armor and a flashbang.
He has no idea where Noxe is. Ooh. Great shot from Fur, but he has no intel where Noxe is. 2 kills. Shoulder peeks it out, and Fur clutches it. Into the B site he goes, and there's no stopping him. He's just isolated. He knew one player who had just planted the bomb is somewhere on the right side. He could have made it to plat. He could be behind the default boxes, but he just says, okay, I'm going to use the doors to my advantage. I'm going to hold this angle, and he gets peeked,
Exactly.
which is a gift to
so
him.
you see this first kill, yeah, that's a fairly easy, nice one-shot, but right here he's just cutting down the angles. He's taking those jiggle peeks. He takes the first one towards tunnels, then he's getting ready to peek towards the closet on another jiggle peek, and you know what? He's actually going to be gifted a great kill there as Noxe tries to catch him off, overextends, wide swings on it, and first shuts him down.
I mean, Noxie's been playing lights out, it seems. No matter what. In pistol rounds, he's doing well. In rifle rounds where he has the op, he's doing really well, too. It's just trouble, it seems, so far. Grenades being tossed in. coldzera pokes out and is going to upset any of the flow from ISURUS. They had bought up some pistols and maybe even a little bit of armor in there, but it has been laid low just from that aggressive pop in through catwalk from coldzera. He gets 2 kills before he goes down, but those were SMG kills. He's pretty happy to collect a little bit of extra cash. 1962, though, takes the SMG, trying to return the favor.
There you go. So a fairly clean round for MIBR, only losing coldzera, who ends up getting 2 kills in that round regardless, so he's a little bit happy with that. There's plenty of money going around on the MIBR side into this round. We will see rifles across the board for all the members on the CT side as well as the T side who are looking to get themselves involved in the second half right here.
Yep, that bomb plant in the first is just enough to give ISURUS a little bit of extra gusto to be able to buy that pistols in the previous round, a couple pistols. So they're fully kitted up right now, and they're actually ahead of MIBR's weapons. You see an MP9 and a scout that's in there. Myron is styling his way into the big pit, misses his first couple shots, and Fallen just locks him down. Taco doing as best as he can with an MP9, gets 2 kills against armored targets. ISURUS tried to press the issue through a smoke on a narrow choke point.
Ooh, Noxe, though, is going to be able to take down Taco, so he does turn it into a 2v4, but ISURUS find themselves in this situation due to the fact that they pressed an issue that really didn't need to be pressured.
No, they didn't have to gamble that one at all, but now they find themselves in what was a 2v5. Grenades are coming in. Fur is able to jump out of this one, again with a smoke that just is in the perfect position. Noxie's ahead of this one, climbing up on top of the boxes, trying to find some cover. Great shot from him on the first, but being so wounded, he needed that second kill against Fallen instantly. He's still jump peeking him right now. He's got a flanker in behind him, and Fallen is biding the time so well. Right in behind him is Phelps soon enough, but Fallen just pokes in with the scout. He popped off on the first kill, and he's going to end it too. So a 12-6 lead now for MIBR.
Yeah, there was a strong B-hold coming out from Taco there. I mean, almost gifted those kills as the ISURUS members, the Argentinian side there, off of that death that they found themselves towards long, essentially just forced that B tunnel smoke. I do imagine the idea was to get somebody into pit. Hopefully that person's able to open up the map, maybe get an early kill and cause a rotation to come across. But when he does go down, I don't think that the response should have been, hey, let's just rush through the smoke at B and see what happens.
Yeah, you don't want to gamble this B side. And again, they're going to try it again. There's a molly and a smoke in there to keep the flames from licking at the heels of ISURUS, but they are starting to get minced up against these rifles, taking their sweet time on the bursts from Fur. And MIBR are starting to quickly close in on the home stretch of the first map.
And that's the thing about CT side. Yeah, it's a map where you're playing more individually almost. You're not really connected as well. Like say on a map like Mirage, where you have a guy on catwalk, you have a guy connector, you as well have a guy in window, and they can all kind of flash, peek together, concentrate on the same areas. On Dust 2, everybody's kind of in their own spot. Catwalk's isolated, they're playing catwalk. B's isolated, they're playing B. They don't really have much room, so this is where your individuality, your individual skill comes to shine, and MIBR is definitely showing that they have a massive individual skill gap right now.
Yeah, that's like what you're talking about. It's like a little biome, individual biomes. And 1962 leaps right into coldzera's lap. And coldzera will witness Fur's demise. Noxie helping out again. We've seen team kills on both sides, though Fallen will kill the next team killer. 2v2 right now, as skitter-scatter as it might be. It looks like Taco gets the next kill to pitter-patter their way into a 2v1 retake. Taco has all the utility to speak for as well, so he will be supporting Phelps on this retake. Throwing 2 grenades already, some flashes in, some grenades. Max escapes into the B tunnels. It's a nice spot to be able to defend this bomb from, but if he gets mollied out or smoked out, it's going to be a tough spot for him.
MIBR taking their time here, clearing out everything they need to. Molotovs towards back of the site, Molotov towards Xbox. The first flash goes in. Max able to take down Taco. That's a smoke grenade as well. He's going to go into full passive mode as well. As the bomb ticks away, Phelps is waiting for this repeat. It's not coming. It's going to be ISURUS able to get their 7th and their first round of the second half on the board.
Wow. Oh, and the op just lands right into Phelps' lap, too. He'll be happy for that one, closing that round. But you couldn't win a 2v1 into that B site. It's tough to get into unless, you know, you got a pistol round retake clutch.
I do think it would have been possible there for Phelps to close that one out, but Taco was the player that had the smoke in that situation, right? So Phelps, unfortunately, wasn't able to smoke off the tunnels, wasn't able to smoke off the bomb. If Taco maybe did that initially, yeah, we would have seen the round go their way, but Taco not using that smoke grenade before going down is going to put Phelps between a rock and a hard place where he has to top the bomb, wait for the T to peak, and you know what? That's some great individual talent from ISURUS there, waiting out that bomb, trusting that Phelps was faking, and he's going to get the round.
Did he tap the bomb? I don't think I recalled him tapping the bomb. He just stared down the angle. Did he? Yeah, staring down the angle, it would make sense that he had touched the bomb at some point, but I didn't witness it. So MIBR now 6-round lead. It was 7 just moments ago, and ISURUS are looking to capitalize on the blood that's in the water to their logo. It's the shark. So let's see if MIBR take a miscue here. They've got a full buy, including a double op to try and stop this push in for ISURUS, who sent 3 players into the tunnels, but not to the B site itself. They split off and send 2 to the lower side of things. Up close, though, is coldzera, ready and waiting.
Right, ISURUS now taking it very quickly towards these double doors where, like you said, coldzera patiently waiting here with that AUG as Taco is going to find 1 kill onto 1962. coldzera swinging out, able to take down Myron. Yep, gets the bomb info as well. And now Fallen taking down Noxe. We're into a 5-on-2 with the snap of our fingers.
Yeah, really. It's not even balanced in all things. If MIBR had lost 3 players, sure, that'd be balanced. But the bomb's still in tow, and you've got Phelps on the long flank. MIBR capitalized on that. They had the AWP presence in mid, they picked off a player, and then they used coldzera to catch the repeakers.
Yeah.
And they caught him actually still in transition, trying to go to catwalk. So he ends up getting that kill. That's the bomb that falls right into the doors, and suddenly you're in a really tough spot if you're ISURUS. So MIBR, like you said, snap their fingers. They end that round. And it is ISURUS has still got a long ways to go, and they're going to gamble on this purchase on this round. They've got an AK, they've got some Galils, some MAC-10s. coldzera's running straight up mid. He's got some help in here as well. Oh, goodness.
Jeez.
When it rains, it pours. Here comes Noxe in with a MAC-10 to try and catch coldzera, but now they recognize that there's 2 CTs in mid. Now ISURUS have to worry about even their mobility. They can't comfortably move around the map, not having mid control, T-side mid control.
Fallen must have said Dracarys or something, and then coldzera just runs up middle and just burns it to shreds. That was amazing there from coldzera. 5-on-2 is what ISURUS are going to have to deal with right now if they want to make this round happen. Phelps is on 1 HP, so there is an ample opportunity for them to actually get a couple frags in this round.
Well, Fallen has spotted both of them.
Exactly.
He looked into those mid doors, missed his shot, but did get the intel that both players are here.
Look at how the map is responding as well now. 2 players playing towards middle. You're seeing the aggression come out towards that B tunnels from Fur now, who's made his way into T-spawn. It's only a matter of moments here as Fallen takes down Max.
Yep, and he'll take an easy shot. His movement makes that shot look easy. After picking off the first player, he does another air strafe, recognizes the second one was right behind him in tow, and he'll just duck the next volley of shots that come at him, stand, and make his stand on that site. MIBR now 15-7. Plenty of opportunities to close this one out at the precipice of victory. And this was just a play that you kind of keep in your back pocket. It's a round that ISURUS didn't have the economy to be able to buy ops to look down mid to stop a play like that, and MIBR took full advantage of it.
Right. Looks like ISURUS will be favoring B here to begin the round, but Phelps is going to take down Noxe. Another man advantage popping up almost instantaneously for the ISURUS side here. Fur does catch a flash, is taken out, so B bomb site, a little bit of an opportunity to be opened up as coldzera 2 falls.
One at a time, they come into the site, and Fallen actually takes 3 or 4 steps into the site, gets a kill, and retreats. That's all due to Phelps' flashbang. 3v3 retake into a difficult site. Grenade is going to bounce off, do decent damage. I thought it could have done a little bit better, but Fallen now is flirting up here towards the window. Got a preemptive smoke right there that'll block off some information. ISURUS are going to be okay with that. It's like, fine, you might be able to get yourself into the back end of the site, but we have tunnel control. This should be no problem for ISURUS.
Taco now making his way towards the tunnels, actually gets them to fire off against them, but not able to connect on the shot. Taco will fall, Max traded out by Phelps, and here comes the retake.
Yeah, and the Molotov too, that's going to really, they know where he is. He's going to be over behind this car, but yeah, enough time has been burned off the clock that they are definitely evacuating, getting out of here. Meyer and Phelps going toe-to-toe against one another as the bomb detonates. Reversive will survive the detonation itself, but still a long ways to go for ISURUS.
Yeah, not a bad idea from MIBR. They've got plenty of money to work with, so why not save that AWP? Why not bring it into next round? They've got so many rounds until ISURUS can actually tie this one up. They're not going to take any chances. They're not going to force the issue. They're going to let the round happen naturally rather than trying to make it happen for them. And we're going to move into yet another gun round as MIBR try to close out map 1, 16-8.
This is very brave from 1962. He's running fast into mid. This is a streaky play from him. He went straight down suicide and went right down through the doors. This could actually be a surprise for Fur, who's not anticipating this. Fur, yeah, gets completely winded from 1962. He's already through those doors. A bold play. And another kill as well. That's the B team completely wiped out. It's going to end up being a mid to B adaption. Nothing through the tunnels, but wow, that run from 1962 was it was a 100-meter sprint.
Yeah, it was a great little lurk out from him. Like you said, catches Fur off. Fur had no idea that 1962 had made it out or could make it out of middle that quickly, and he's able to find himself 2 kills. A great shot towards the window onto Taco, who's opping down towards middle. And that's going to be the round going the Argentinian side's way.
And MIBR make that same choice as they did in the last round. Just save it. It's a matter of, if MIBR are thinking it's a matter of time before we get one round.
Exactly.
There's no way ISURUS managed to win 7 rounds in a row, you know? So just bide your time. Like you said, let the rounds happen. Eventually you're going to end up getting those entry kills, and you're going to have the advantage moving ahead. And you're going to have, you've had such a lead that the loss bonus, by the time ISURUS even are in the same neighborhood as MIBR, you'd be in max loss bonus for a month. You know,
yeah.
It's a really long road for ISURUS, and it'll be more power to them because they had taken the right step right there. They got a round that's flawless. All 5 survive.
Yeah, and this is what you were talking about, 1962 making it right out those double doors of middle, and then just tucking himself right in this corner, able to time Fur there very easily here as Fur pulls out a nade essentially, and then picks up a nice kill onto Taco, and that's the round.
Yeah, he just scrimmed it out mid. Noxie got a whiff of a CT that was going across the doors. He misses his shot just behind, though. That would have been a welcome sight to get that opening frag. Fur is just on the other side of the door. Does he punish 1962 for this play again? Does not seem like 1962 gambles that. Noxie goes down to Cold Zero, who burns for quite a bit. That Molotov just pinned him into the behind the stairs.
He actually was deciding on whether that Molotov was going to do damage to him or not.
Yeah.
He stopped for a second, thought that Molotov wasn't going to be able to extend to him, but he gets caught in the fight. Then he decides, okay, I'm going to tuck back in, but the Molotov actually ended up spreading towards him, and that's how he's going to go down.
Here's Fallen. He's actually getting towards the B site a day late, but not a dollar short. He's actually still got a cutoff, but the smoke will prevent him from seeing any further target making their way to the site itself. Fallen actually jumps out the smoke.
Oh!
What a flashbang from Phelps. They'll take that trade any day. Now it's Meyer 1v2. All hopes and dreams rest on him. Now 1v1. The bomb is behind him. He can recover this one, but he makes eyes on target. Taco goes down. 1v2 clutch, and ISURUS are still in the game. And I think back to that time where ISURUS won with 5 players alive. That keeps their economy good for a rainy day just like that.
Yeah, looking at MIBR right now, their economy is looking beat up and bruised. Cold Zero and really Phelps the only people able to get anything, and here's that shot here coming out from Fallen and then moving up towards that B tunnel, B site, able to pick off yet another one. Ends the round with a 3K, but it's not enough as ISURUS are able to take this one to double digits.
That jump through the smoke was like, let's style on it, let's end it right now. And you end up getting a 1-for-1 trade right there. Fallen did all the work he needed to do ever, and it's just the rest of the team could not quite carry the load. So ISURUS are streaking their way back in here, and at what point does MIBR, let's say ISURUS do continue the effort? When does MIBR take a timeout?
I can imagine going into the next gun round, if MIBR don't win that, that's when we'll see the timeout come, as they really need to just slow it down, try and collect themselves again, because if they do let ISURUS pick up a couple more rounds here, that's where it starts to get scary, because MIBR's money isn't really set up in a great spot right now. If they do have a full buy, and they lose, they'll probably have to go back onto yet another save.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh
okay.
my goodness, coldzera. And he's got the bomb out there in front of him too. Does he have the shot on Noxy? Hits the first and the next as well.
Guy.
coldzera. And he's still there.
No.
He's actually allowed Fallen to open up a flank. coldzera looking to end it right here, right now. The grenades come out. He knows that he's on catwalk. The first one is just a warning shot. He wants it. Furs in from behind too. He's dropped down into the hands of Taco. And